Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. So we've got a mix of things going for today's market watch between some low prices that are still going low, but on the same topic, we also have a lot of cards that seem to be on a trail of bottoming out and trying to make bounce backs at this point. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got today. So our first topic is going to be Heavenly Aegis, which has been on a real roller coaster, and we've had it go through its buyout stage where there was a single seller trying to hoard them up to resell at a high price, which did not go so well, and the card eventually made its way down from about $40, never really selling at that point, to eventually getting all the way back down to around $10. So at this point, the base legendary is $10, with the market price being below that right now. And you've got the super legendary of the base form, which was pretty solid in the $30 range for some time. And now you've got a copy at 14. If we take a look at details, we have at least 3 listings that are 15 and under. And after that, we get to about 20 and under. And then we start getting back up there. But in terms of recent sales, we have seen a few of them sell at the $15 mark. And it has a wide gap of when it actually sold from 15 to the beginning of December, where it sold for almost $34. So you could say that the super legendary's price has been pretty established at this point in time. The evolved state is still really cheap to pick up. It's $1, or if you want to pick up the super legendary, it's just over $10 to start off with. Rose Deer, we've been talking about every so often, and right now, well, you're gonna have to look at the regular bronze if you want to pick up copies, because the premium foil is down to 1 listing at just $4. I mean, the card was selling out at one point and eventually saw a few more copies, but we're back on buyout status of this card, and the market price of it is still just over $2. With Burn Silverbolt being a bit more prominent, I would say that's why this is happening more. So we'll probably see a few more of these hit the market at some point, but they're definitely going to be higher priced. White Wolf on Edelwood is something, or Eldwood. Well, I know I won a showdown with this being one of my techs, so I can't help but want to go over it every so often. But to be fair, it's a cheap legendary to pick up from set 2, under $1 market price if you want the base version, and it's 17 cents for its lowest listing. And if you want the super legendary, it's $4, but almost $6 for market price. Either way, there are plenty of copies available on this one, and no real sign of it becoming a mainstream, so if you do want to pick it up, it's already at pretty low points, and the super legendary might be able to go a little bit lower, but it's already at its lowest points if you want to pick up the regular legendary. Sorcery Cash. This card has been on a downtrend since all the reprints of set 1 have been happening, and we're talking about the premium foil out of set 1. But it's kind of bottomed out, at least from the trend graph, where you can see it kinda ticking up. And recent sales have all been $2 to $3, where we have a fair amount of listings that are just under 4, and then they creep upward. On top of that, all the listings on the first page only have a max of 3 copies available right now. So I'd be careful about this one if you want to pick up its premium, as it is still played pretty readily at this point when it comes to Runecraft. If you need to pick up some singles for Havencraft from the starter deck, I will note that Acolyte's Light is also short on listings as well. There are 5 overall, and the base price is currently $107, but there are 16 copies available on that low listing, but as soon as that one's gone, we only have 4 more copies on the market among those 4 listings, and shipping varies amongst them too. So just keep that in mind if you do need to pick up Acolyte's Light and you don't want to go for the starter deck. It's kind of just stuck at $1 at this point. The boxes for Uma Musume Pretty Derby have gone back up in price. The base value now is almost $51, and players have been buying these recently at 50s. Among all the listings that are available, there are still a lot of quantities among 5 listings in the bottom rung before it becomes $54 when you include shipping, but then there are a few quantities of that one seller, so buying in bulk here will offset the shipping cost. And then ultimately, it makes its way back up to 60 with the first page. So yeah, it did rebound a bit, and we'll see if it can manage to hold that. The premium version of Lamplit Training of a Witch to Be, this one is also on a downtrend right now, and this one does come as a promo from the Uma Musume promo packs for tournaments too, which could also contribute to its lower price. Right now it's been selling for $2.75, $3 on average. Market price is currently $4.57, and we've got a lot of listings. Let's see, the first listing available has 10 copies at $2.75. After that we have a bunch of single listings that are $3 to $4, and eventually just back up to $4. So it could find its way back up to 4, but I'd say there's a bigger possibility of it keeping at its current price. But it does depend on when TCG Player will also get the promos available for listings, which it doesn't right now. Rice Shower is currently available in plenty. 17 listings if you want the base legendary, and 23 if you want the super legendary. But it's $3 and then $13 for base listings. Market price of the super legendary is almost $17, which is much higher. And then the market price for the regular legendary is just over $3, so just around the point. If you want the SP though, it's still on the higher side of most of the SPs. $130 base, and the market price is $127.61. So they're about aligned, and there are 5 listings on that front. There is a premium from this set that is starting to run out of quantities, which is Shinko Windy. It's $3 for its base price, and it's been selling for about $3 or $4, and the only $3 copy has 1 listing. The remaining ones are all $4 plus right now, and eventually make their way to $15. So unfortunately, this one is already in buyout mode if you wanted to pick it up. So if you still need to grab them, they are getting up there. Narita Top Road, which has, I'd say, been the most popular of the premium foils that you could pick up, has been on a downtrend for a while, but it's still managing to hold at $5 overall. There was a listing that sold for $3 a little while back, but for the ones that are currently available, they're all very close to $5 and then move their way up past $6 again. So Narita Top Road is one of those cards that you'll likely see play within both Rune and regular Uma in the competitive level, but in general it's also just good for Rune for its discard fodder and just cycling in general. And the final card for today is King Halo, which market price wise this is the best premium in Uma Musume barring legendaries. But of course, that's only because it managed to sell a few high copies before and just hasn't sold since. Because if you take a look at it, there are only 3 sales of this since Uma Musume event first came out. And they were $8, $10, and more recently during Christmas it sold for just under $3. And when you take a look at available copies right now, they're all under $2 amongst the first 4 listings, and then $2 onward. So ultimately, yeah, the market price is really not reflective of what it can actually sell at this point. So it's on its way down from here. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.